how do you reconcile a God who bless, a God who is a God of justice, but at the same time you look around, bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to bad people. All right? So you have to be faced with this crossroad. Either God is not just, God doesn't care, He's transcendent, He's not close to us, or the Bible is not true, and you back off. And okay, I'm still a Christian, but the Bible is, well, it teaches you good. It's a moral code of ethics. The Bible is a philosophy. It gives you some philosophy to live life. Or you have to accept it, embrace it, and the Bible becomes reality. Then you're confronted. So how do you reconcile this? Then the first thing you understand, and that's what God brought me through, to understand the sovereignty of God. He is God. Can you accept that? He can bless the evil. Can you accept that? He confronts you. He can bless the unjust. Who are you to say anything? He can do anything He wants. You know how I got that revelation? Can we put up that verse, Matthew 5 again? For He make His sun rise. How many of us can say the sun belongs to you? God doesn't say, I will make the sun rise. God says, in His statement, Jesus is stamping His authority. I own the sun. I created the universe. It is my sun. How many of you can say my son? You can say my house, you can say my car. None of us, not the president, not the richest, not the powerful, nobody can say, I own the sun. God says, I can make my sun, the solar system and the planet I created. I can do anything I want. I can make it rise on the good. I can make it rise on the evil. Can you accept the sovereignty of God? Only then, if you accept the sovereignty of God, then He is God. But if you fight against God, you refuse His sovereignty. He chooses who He wants to bless. He chooses who He wants to promote. It's His choice. There's nothing we can do about it. In my journey, I've accepted it. God, You are sovereign. I'm just going to keep quiet. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to gripe. It's your sun. You win. It's your universe. You win. I don't understand. And further than sovereignty, if you can't reconcile that, then you will not understand the grace and the love and the mercy of God. Because the moment you begin to think, this person deserves good, that person deserves bad, you begin to be the judge. You begin to say, if God doesn't bless him, I will help God bless him because he deserves it. If God doesn't curse him and make his life miserable, I will help God and make his life miserable because he deserves to be miserable. And we begin to play God. We begin to play judge. And that's why we are judgmental. Oops, we got it wrong again. We begin to take the principles of God to make it into our excuse or our authority to mete out judgment, to pass sentence. He deserves it. He doesn't deserve it. And we become judgmental. God has never asked us to be the judge. Leave the judgment to Him. Leave the timing to Him. Leave the sentencing to Him. He is God. Understand His love and His grace. I've learned one more thing about God. If you continue to have this cause and effect, this formula, you know what? God refuses to be confined in a formula. The moment you put God in a formula, He gets out. God refused to be boxed or locked into a box. The moment you put Him in a box, He will get out of the box. You know why? Because if you can make God fit your formula, then He is not God. You become the God. And He becomes the genie in the bottle. And you fit your God into the formula, and if He doesn't perform according to your formula, you get unhappy with Him. Then He is not God, you become the God. If you can fit God into the box, then you, the creator of the box, is not human. You become the God. God is no longer God. So that's why God, to prove that He's God, will always get out of the box. Whatever box that you and I can create and build in our minds and in life, He will always get out of it. You know what? He did it again and again. Years and years ago, they tried to put Him in a box in the form of an ark. He got out of it. They tried to put Him in the box in the form of a temple. He tore the veil. He got out of it. They tried to put Him in a box in the form of a tomb. 3 days later, He rose again. He is alive. He got out of it. He will not be in a box. That's the God you have. That's the God we love. Hallelujah.